Hello everyone, Wednesday, December 20th, 2017. Of course, today was New Comic Book Day, which means it's time for me to show you some new items that I picked up over the last week. Of course, I'm going to start off like I always do by showing you the books I picked up today, which was a decent little haul, nothing really huge, but a nice little collection. And then I picked up a couple older books, which I showed, and then I have some back issue items. Nothing really big, nothing big key issues on that, but a couple of really harder books to find listed, so we'll jump right into that. First one I picked up from Valiant. It's Quantum and Woody. Kind of reminded me of the 90s with the silver foil cover, and I don't know how this is going to be. I have not had a chance to read any of these books, so I can't really tell you a whole lot about it. Trinity number 16. I'm looking forward to reading this one. This was Dark Fang number 2 from Image. Of course, I showed you number 1. And this is number 2, real wicked cover. She looks like she's a little pissed off right there. So, Batman Rebirth 37, 2 covers. This was cover 1. Not a great cover, but nevertheless, it was in my box, so I picked it up. And the cover that I enjoyed more was this one here, Batman and Catwoman. I thought that was a really cool looking cover right there. Another really excellent cover this week, Batwoman number 10. Right there. Face Your Fears. Screaming out of really nice cover. I like that. Harley Quinn, Merry Christmas cover. Of course, this is a Cho cover. You can tell by his Harley Quinn. Cho being a very popular artist. I picked this up because it's a Christmas. This kind of goes to people who collect either Harley Quinn, the people who collect Christmas stuff, or they collect Cho items. I'm not wild about his Harley Quinns, but you know what? It's a cool cover, and I picked it up. Dark Knight Metal number 4. They had the foil edition of this, but I didn't like the foil edition. It was a different looking cover, and they were all damaged on the side. So I picked up the non-foil version. Thought that was a really cool cover. I was real happy to get that. Batman Ninja Turtles Part 2, Book 2. They had a couple of different covers. This is the only one I liked. So that's what I picked up there. We talked about this book. I love this storyline. We're on issue number 3. This is from Image Comics. This is Slots number 3. Like it. Deadpool versus Old Man Logan. Deadpool getting a little punch in the face there with a little spike action coming out of his head, so he's going to have a headache. Hellboy, cool cover, new storyline came out. There's the name of the book. I can't say that word, so I'm not going to try and butcher it. But I saw this, I was like, you know what? I absolutely love this cover. It's a black and white sketch variant. It looked like a glow-in-the-dark cover almost, but it doesn't glow in the dark. But it's just a really cool cover. This Hellboy kind of chilling out right there. So really cool book. I look forward to reading that one. And the book that made me laugh. Now, I've said in the past, I am not a Trump supporter, and they came out with a really good book a few months back as it relates to that. It's like a 181 take with Trump and the Hulk fighting. And so here is How the Trump Stole Christmas. Kind of an orange Grinchy there. Made me laugh. I thought that was really funny. And they sell usually pretty good. Anything with presidents usually sells pretty good. So that's what I picked up as it relates to new books. I picked up a couple of older books. This is Superman's Girlfriend, Lois Lane, number 89. I graded this a fine minus. Cool looking book right there. And then number 90, a fine minus as well. Of course, this is a Neal Adams cover. You can never go wrong with Neal Adams. So, like I said, 12-cent books are harder to find. And I said, if you can find things pretty much in the mid-grade and higher, you should pick those up all day long. Some of the other books I picked up, these were more recent books. I mean, a couple were a little older, late 70s, but I picked these up for like a nothing price. And if I can find books like this for $2, $3, I'm going to buy them because you can never have enough of these because these always sell very well. First one I have, Harley Quinn, number 4 from her old series from 2000, 2001. There's that one. I am a big 70s fan. I was a kid of the 70s and 80s. And whenever I see something that kind of reminds me of that 70s time frame, I buy it. And it always puts a nice smile on my face. So I saw these, a couple bucks. I was like, you know what, I'm buying it. Battlestar Galactica number 10. Yeah, Battlestar Galactica number 1. Nice grade. It's a number 1. I think this is 1978 if I want to say it right. And of course, the famous Cylons with the By Your Command. So if I see that for $2 or $3, I'm going to buy them. I don't care how many I have because I just love them. Getting back to a few new, not so old, but, you know, 2000-ish. Batman 612. Of course, this book was super, super hot when it came out before the movie Batman vs. Superman. And this was a great cover to have. I like it. I got this for like $4, so I was going to jump all over that as well. But the one that I was real happy to find was the second print, 612. The black and white variant, sketch variant. Hard to find because people like this book because you can get a really clean signature on this white background and really not, you know, hurt the look of the book. And this second print is more expensive than the first print. I think the first print in the price guide goes for $20. I know the second print goes for $30 in the highest grade. So I was real happy to find that. Another book I was happy to find that you don't see a lot, at least I don't see a lot. You may be able to find them, but I can't find them usually. And this is, well, the 612 second print. And then this one, 619 second print of Batman. I love this because you got the Riddler, you got the Joker, Batman, Harley Quinn, Poison Ivy, Catwoman. I mean, you just have Robin in the very back. Just a really cool book. It's a popular cover. You don't see a lot of them. So when I saw this and it was like $2, I was like, why would I pass that up? That's a great looking cover and it's very hard to find. So that usually sells for a pretty good premium. Another book I like just because I like the cover, Batman 618. I always liked that cover. Batman 497. Of course, the famous backbreaking issue. First print, you can tell by the black and white little slip cover right here on half of the book. Really cool book. Always sells well. It's not a very high price book, but it always sells well because of the backbreaking in there. And then I picked up A Vengeance of Bane number 1, second print. In good condition. I liked it. And people ask why I would get a second print. Because, you know, I ultimately going to reopen my shop. We all know that. And a lot of people can't afford the $40, $50, $60 high-grade Vengeance of Bane, which, of course, is the first appearance of Bane. So you get a second print at a cheaper version. You can buy it for $10, $12. You know, there it is. It's a nice book. First appearance of a major character. So I saw that. I'm like, you know what? I'm going to get that, put it away so someone can come to the shop and pick up a good copy of that. So that's what I picked up for the last, you know, week. And I'm going to show a toy. I usually don't show toys. I don't do a lot of toys. But if I see something that is too good to pass up, I'm not going to pass it up. That should be the way everybody is. If you have the money, you might not have the money. So I picked up, where I work, I walk around at lunchtime. It's like a little area. And there's a Ross. And I walked into the Ross and I found a Marvel Legends Captain America in a mint box. There's nothing wrong with this box. Just sitting on the shelf for $14.99. There's the back. Now, if you know anything about these, they came out with different characters. $14.99 is an absolute steal for that. They usually sell in the $40 to $65 range, depending on who it is. The boxes are hard to find in high-grade condition because they're all black. And, of course, they get banged around. So I saw that, and I was like, I had to grab that. Now, I have heard that other Rosses in this area or in the Valley here, Las Vegas, have a Thor, and there's some Deadpools floating around. So I'm hoping to find a Deadpool. Of course, he's a hot character. Again, I'm not a huge Captain America guy. I like Captain America, but for that price, I'm not going to leave that on the shelf and just walk away and say, maybe I'll come back and get it. So there was that. So I hope you enjoyed that aspect. So in the last video I did, I talked about CGC and, you know, restoration grades and things of that nature. And I got a bunch of comments from people saying, hey, you know, there's a big difference between dry cleaning and chemical cleaning. Yes, I understand that. I understand the hobby. I understand the market. I understand the variations. But my thing has always been that if you change a raw book If you have something here and you rub it off, or you use an eraser and you do a dry cleaning way with cloth or whatever, you've still adjusted the book. You still adjust the book. It's not a raw book. My books are untouched. I don't wipe them down. I don't clean them. I don't try to do something. And that's just how I am. That's an old school way of thinking. Again, I'm not into this, even though I do sell comic books. I'm not here trying to make the maximum dollar. Because if I was, I would take all that vintage down there that I just happen to have a little bit in this room, and I'd send them in to get graded, and I'd get them pressed because I have a friend who's a presser, and he'll do me books for practically nothing. And I would send them in and just try to get every bit of pennies I can get out of these books. That's not what I'm here for. I'm not here to do that. I'm here to enjoy the hobby. Everybody has to enjoy it. If you're content with paying money to get it pressed and clean, that's your prerogative. That's your right. It's your money. You have the right to do that. And I'm not saying you shouldn't do that if that's what you want to do. I personally am from the old school that if you do anything to a book to change the appearance of the book, you have restored that book in some way or another, and the label should signify that. So that's all I have to say about that. So next week's video, I don't know if it'll be up on a Wednesday. I was told by the shop I pick up most of my stuff that they might not get their books in on time because of the Christmas holiday. Christmas falling on a Monday, usually when they ship the stuff out. And so I'm hoping that it comes in. If it does, I will definitely do the video. If not, the video will probably be Thursday or Friday. So look for that. That's the end of the video. I hope you liked it. But as always, if you don't, nothing I can do for you. I hope everybody has a safe holiday. Great time with your family. And I'll see you next week.